Hey there, Remington Begg from Impulse Creative with another Drift tutorial. Live chat can get annoying if it's not set up to help the user out from the beginning. So a good thing is the folks over at Drift have already got this covered. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Drift bot show up after a set amount of time on a specific page. Let's jump right in. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set up a new playbook. And once you click new playbook, you can set up a chat playbook. Once you go into there, it'll give you a variety of options. You can scroll on down to the takeover message, and you can hit, I choose the blank template so we can start from scratch, but you can choose any one of these based on the other playbooks that they have offered for your plan. So you can hit create playbook. I've already got this loaded into another tab here. And the first thing that you'll see is this announcement. So there's a couple cool things you can do, some of which I'm going to talk about on another tutorial. But one of the things is you can do this full screen takeover. The full screen takeover allows for you to do a pop-up on the page that can show a promotion if you're in e-commerce, or it could be talking about the next ebook or something that you want someone to download. So traditionally, this is going to drive you to a particular CTA link. The cool thing about this is you can actually make this playbook initiate an actual chat bot. So it eliminates the need for a landing page to download that guide. It can be pretty compelling, especially on a blog. So we'll show you specifics on how to do that another time, but you can set up this to pop up on any given page. So once you figure out your message and what you want to show up, you go ahead and go over to targeting. And it's going to be really important to do this first. So you have all visitors chosen. In some playbooks, this option is not chosen from the beginning, and it'll make it so you won't see the display conditions. Once you choose all visitors or any of these segments, then the display conditions are going to show up. Of course, you can make sure that this doesn't show up for anyone, for instance, who has already downloaded that particular ebook and is known by the system. And then you can set up display conditions. So there's a couple different use cases you could do here. I'm going to go ahead and erase the settings there. You could set this up so that it shows up on a particular page. Let's say on Impulse Creative we have our website design page, and I want to show an ebook if a user is on that page for more than 15 seconds. All right, so we can make it so this web design services page, they show up, they're not interrupted until after they get to a point where they might be browsing and not sure what they need. You can set up your display with targeting, which allows for us to modify the message. So when we choose display targeting, of course you can go in here and you can choose your URL. So for instance, and I'm a big fan of using includes versus is, so we could say services/web design, right? So by doing that, this is going to make it so it only shows up on our website design page. The other thing that we want to do is we want to base this off of website behavior. And so there's a variety of things you can do. It could be the number of visits, it could be the device, it could be the seconds on the overall site, or the seconds on the page. So for this example, we would use seconds on page. So we could say seconds on page. You can make it so it's greater or less than. Of course, in most cases, greater than is going to work. And you can say greater than, let's say 30 seconds, right? So after 30 seconds of them being on our web design services page, that's when this pop-up would show. It's important to also think about the fact that you might want to, you might want to make it so Drift is online. So as you're going through and setting these, I'm showing you the options here. You have to set each one of these individually within the criteria. So we're going to go back to the URL, right? So we're going to type in services/website web design, and you're going to say includes. So when we hit close, you'll see that it shows up here, and you can simply add another condition. Go into the website behavior. We want the seconds on page to be greater, and we had said 30 seconds. You can hit close again, and you can see that we have and conditions here. And condition means that it has to have both of these conditions in order to work. If you are okay with it showing up on the website design page or another page, that's where you would add the or condition down here. And it works exactly the same way that you would, for the examples I showed you. So when we're looking at the overall conditions, it's a great idea, especially if you're pushing someone to a live chat and not a chatbot, that you make sure that drift is online. So if drift online equals true, it means that someone in your organization is active in the chat tool, meaning that they could receive a message if one was to come in. So you can go ahead and press close on there, and now you can see we have the URL includes services and web design, after 30 seconds on the page, and only show if drift is online. So once you're done with that, you can go back over to your announcement to give it a good check, and from here you can make sure your messages are all set up right, whether it's having a conversation or anything else, and then you can just go ahead and turn on the playbook. And when the playbook's on, it'll actually show, you'll test it out and it'll show after 30 seconds. All right, so that's all we got for this tutorial. If you've got something else that you'd like for us to show you a tutorial on, go ahead and send it in the comments or shoot us over a note on Twitter, and we'd be happy to create one for you. And remember, if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe, or you can check out my other tutorial that we just loaded up on YouTube yesterday that was talking about how to target a message based on a UTM parameter. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.